let me ask you a question for you. You said you're a teacher, right? I'm assuming there's like a dress code at your job to a degree?
Absolutely.
Are there rules and regulations that you have to follow to continue to be employed by the school district?
Absolutely.
Are there standards of procedures that you have to teach certain curriculum, etc.?
Absolutely.
Okay, so there's a bunch of rules that you have to follow, right?
Yes.
So let me ask you a question. Why are you more willing to bend at the whim for a school district that doesn't really give a fuck about you, but you won't do it for a man that will take care of you and serve you as a man?
First of all,
hold on, stop. Because you have an issue with authority when it comes from a man, but you don't have an issue with authority when it comes from your establishment that you work for.
That's not true. I haven't even stated that. I have an issue with working for an establishment that tells me that I have to be this, and this every single day.
Your uniform.
Look, let me just make this very clear for you ladies. When you meet a man, right, that has a shit together, that's attractive.
I didn't even finish answering the question. You asked a very good question, but I didn't get to answer it.
Go ahead.
You know, being a teacher, they tell you have to do this, that, and this. You have to be like a model citizen, like literally. And you have to give up your sexuality and everything. And I feel as though that's not fair. I don't. And so I do
Stop
that.
Real quick. You said it's not fair. Did we not just go over and spend about 45 minutes talking about female privilege? Is that fair? Not right?
It's unfair to you because you're a man.
But that's life. There's certain benefits that we get and you get, right? So wouldn't it be fair to say that since you enjoy a bunch of other benefits, there's going to be other situations where you won't? Life isn't fair, right?
Life isn't fair.
Okay. So go ahead, continue. Just want to make that very clear that, like, see, here's the problem. You never complained about pretty privilege because it benefits you. But now that we're talking about adhering to certain codes and regulations, it's not fair all of a sudden.
It's not fair.
Are we willing to take accountability for like our family dynamics and like our father wounds and mother wounds that may perpetuate like
all right, so
I think she might have daddy issues.
Go ahead, finish your point about what you're saying. So it's not fair. And what else?
It's not fair.
She got her daddy. I could tell.
Right, I do have my daddy. My daddy was a strong figure in my life.
Okay.
And
but going back again, I'm asking you, why are you okay with following the norms and the rules and the regulations from the school district, but you won't do it from a man?
Because they ain't paying us.
He is paying you.
I mean, that's a good point.
No, he is paying you.
I'm about to say I get paid from the school. I get a paycheck every single, every 2 weeks.
That's fine, but it's not secure to the point where you're going to get a family. You're going to get the security. You're going to get the provisioning.
Neither is dating men.
Yeah.
You absolutely can. If you meet a man that has these things in place, he's going to want something in return. He's asking for something simple, like you turn off your OnlyFans. So you're willing to follow all these codes and regulations to be restricted from the school. But I've dated men but you won't do it with your man.
Prior to having an OnlyFans, and they were not serious. They were not on the things that I was on.
See, this is my point. When you meet a man, especially an attractive man, it's like working for a company. Guys that are higher status, higher value, have requirements of their woman, okay? If you want to work at a prestigious law firm or at a prestigious school, you have to apply with all the other applicants that want to get that job.
That's true.
I don't know why women think that they shouldn't have to change or adhere to a man's programming, but you guys will gladly do that for a job and do everything else required for that job. But you'll submit to a business, but you won't submit to your man. Doesn't make sense to me.
I didn't say
I'm
that.
just what I'm telling you is,
to her specifically.
What I'm telling you is there is a period in my life where I have dated men. I wanted it to be serious. My main goal was to have a family, to be a stay-at-home mom, to be a teacher at home, basically. And the men were not about that. It's like a dice game.
Who picks the man?
What?
Who picks the man?
I picked the man, of course.
Yeah, so
it wouldn't be fair to say that you didn't pick
the right man.
Yeah, right man. Yeah. Facts.
Well, yeah, but
there you go.
Can we go back to the question that you asked before when we stopped right here? Because we didn't all get to answer it. Do you remember?
Even care.
It like stopped with
yeah.
I don't remember.
If the
yes, the question was before, given all the opportunities that women have nowadays with pretty privilege, which we went over in excruciating detail, money, the ability to get certain opportunities, all this other crap, because you're a female, should men protect their women from all those opportunities to limit risk in their relationship?
Yeah, can we finish?
I said it.
Okay, next person.
You said you're not going to change. I remember you saying that.
I said no, because if you met her in that light, you fell in love with her in that light.
Next person.
All right, so she should just continue to do what she was doing.
Who said next person?
Me.
Why are you being disrespectful? Why y'all being disrespectful?
I'm not being disrespectful. You already answered, and I actually want to get around. It's 1 a.m.
It's 1 a.m.
Say next person.
Okay, well, y'all can go. Don't interrupt me.
Next person.
Okay.
I'll let everybody talk.
Okay, ladies.
It always turns into an argument, but she's just trying to express how she feels.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm done.
It's nothing personal. It's business.
All right, before we
business.
continue on with this question, was there anything else anyone wanted to say about submission to a business versus a man or anything else like that?
I do.
Okay, I'll get to you then. But before,
What business?
A job.
Okay.
What job?
Being a
Never mind.
teacher.
Hey,
Okay.
wait, sorry,
If
Myron.
y'all don't want
What?
to talk,
Sorry,
let's
sorry,
go.
ladies,
For real.
please show respect on the panel. I do not want another night this week for another cat fight. Please don't.
Oh no, these girls ain't worth my
ladies,
fight.
you with me? Chill the fuck out. Show some respect. If you don't, you know the deal.
You know the deal.
Okay. You answered. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm done.
So, given all the opportunities that women have in today's day and age with pretty privilege, etc., should men put boundaries on their girls to protect them from all these opportunities that could hurt their relationship?
I think that if the man is the leader in the relationship, they're financially supporting the woman.
Yeah.
Then I think out of respect, like I would do those things. And I guess it's kind of dependent on how you guys view your relationship. I mean, maybe some men are okay with their girl going out all the time, but I feel like for me, even if my man was okay with it, like I wouldn't even want to be in that environment if I had someone I was at home with all the time.
Would you agree with 90% of men don't like their girl going out to the club? It's just that they don't say it because they're scared of some type of fight breaking out?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
That's fair.
What about you?
Just repeat the question so I can get a specific.
Yeah, I got you.
Stupid. Well,
For
no,
real?
we did go around.
It is a hard question.
times, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Given all the opportunities that women have thanks to pretty privilege, should men put constraints on the relationship to protect it?
I feel like if he's providing, if not better, similar opportunities, if he's providing as he should,
Okay.
then yes, I don't mind.
Can you give us some specifics as to providing what degree? Are we
If-
talking about paying the rent? Are we talking about
Listen,
50-50? Give us the level.
I'm talking like if, even if we're 50-50 or if we're 100, I feel like you're already putting some kind of investment into our relationship. So that should give you some kind of leeway to, if it's 50-50, I kind of want 50-50 control per se. But if now you paying 100% of my rent, if you're feeding me, if you're housing me, if we have children, you taking care of our children, then sure,
Would it be fair to
I'll
say-
give you that. I'll stay in the house.
Would it be fair to say that based on your answer that your submission is contingent upon the man's level of investment in you? Seems like that
Investment
would-
in the relationship is a difference.
I mean,
a
but he's
difference.
inherently he's investing in
And
you.
I wouldn't
He's taking care of
allow.
you. He's supporting you. You don't have to work. He's basically covering all the bills. You
Yeah,
would submit if he
cool.
did that. But it was 50-50. You're going to still go outside 50% of the time.
Honestly, I want to go to what she said though. If I'm comfortable with this person and I'm in a good position with this person, no, I wouldn't want to go outside. I'd stay in the house. I don't mind.
But what is that number for you is my point. Would the guy need to pay all the bills for you to get that out of you?
Just
Would he need to
bills?
pay
No,
half
even
the bills?
emotionally. That means emotionally too. If it's somebody I can open up with.
What about your goals?
So it can be 50-50.
Of course I have goals, girl. That don't got to do with what my
Well,
man
you don't
is-
have any income anymore.
That's not true.
Nobody said you're quitting your job.
Nobody said you're quitting your job just because you don't
What
need
are we
a pop
talking
pussy
about?
on OnlyFans does
What are
not
we
mean you
talking
can't
about?
have a
I'm so
regular
tired of
job.
them. They're so
Of course you're
Yo.
You're not paying
irritated. Like, what are we
attention.
talking
Hilarious.
about?
So,
Oh my god.
all right.
Oh.
So, as long as he's paying at least 50%, he'll get the submission out of you, basically.
Yeah. I split 50-50 with a long relationship, and I didn't go out without him.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
What about you?
Ask the question, please.
Given the amount of pretty privilege that women have now, do men need to put constraints on a relationship to protect their girl from society and all the advantages they have?
It depends on how serious we are. If we're like, are we like,
Let's say here's the thing. Let's say you want to get serious with the guy.
then I'm gonna listen to what he said. If I really, there's a reason.
Are you
I
going to
picked him.
preemptively stop doing certain things, or does he have to tell you?
You gotta tell me because I won't
You
know.
gotta tell you?
I'm so used to what I'm doing.
All right, let me ask you a question since he has to tell you.
All right.
Let's say you're out with your man.
Mhm.
Someone slaps your ass in public,
Oh no, that
and
that
he
won't
takes your
happen.
purse and runs away. And you and you tell your man, "Hey, go after him. What the hell?" Or that's option one. Or B, he slaps your ass and he just knocks him out off reflex. Which one's more attractive?
That's a good one.
I don't want him to go to jail.
Stop. Which one is more attractive? Him just acting and punching him in the face for disrespecting you, or the fact that you had to yell at him to go chase after the guy?
I guess punch him in the face.
Okay, because he just acted, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't want him to do that either.
Stop. You don't see the point here.
Okay.
It's more attractive when you just got it, correct?
Yes.
So wouldn't it be fair to say that men just want a girl that gets it and doesn't put herself in a bad
We're not
spot?
gonna just get it like that.
Oh,
we're already used to.
So hold on. So men need to just act regardless, and then women need to kind of just get told and figure it out.
We act regardless.
And that's why you're
For example, didn't prove that. Do you see the disconnect here?
I won't say we act regardless. Like I don't feel like we act regardless. If we're so, like you said,
Hold on.
OnlyFans. You're used to having an OnlyFans.
Okay, I want you to understand my point. Do you see how it was more attractive when you just knocked the guy out for doing that to you? But in your example, you're saying you want him to tell you to not put yourself in situations when in reality, it would just be more attractive if you did it on your own.
Flip it around.
Why is it that he has to understand you and act on reflex, but you don't have to understand him?
He found me doing that already.
Huh?
When he got with me, I was already doing it already.
Okay, well, on the other side, when you got with him, he might have not been protecting you at the time. Y'all were just dating, right? But he figured it out down the road.
Right.
So why is it that the man has to figure it out, but the woman doesn't have to? There you go.
It's stepping stones. You don't just jump.
Gotcha, bitch.
Right. It's not like
Do you see where I'm going here?
I know where you're going.
Men have to be men all the time. Women could pick and choose when they want to be ladies. It's not a fair deal for the man.
Oh.
No comment. Next.
I think it's all about communication.
Hey, if you meet her and she's a hoe,
what?
I mean, you can't
All right,
change. you can't turn one into a housewife.
Unless you're going to have like some kind of commentary that's going to actually add to the conversation.
It
can you
did.
Just please be quiet. That didn't add to it.
It did.
Random.
You can't turn somebody into a
commentary.
housewife. You met her like how she is. Or how you gonna change her?
All right. Cool. Bars. Next.
You could teach her. She's saying you could teach her.
Go ahead.
We talk about profession. We're not talking. Well,
No,
I'm
her
talking
argument
about
is saying that you can't
profession.
teach her. She's a hoe. You can't turn her into a housewife. She's literally said you can't teach her.
I mean, if she making money off of being what she is.
Okay,
I mean,
let's move on.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
Let's move on.
All right. Go
Well,
ahead.
anyway, the
You're saying
question
something?
was like, should they put boundaries, right?
Given all the advantages that women enjoy with pretty privilege
I think
in society today.
that it's understandable if they do, but I don't think that they should just put boundaries like, hey, you need to stop doing this. You need to whatever, like, especially if I was already doing OnlyFans. He comes into my life. He tells me to stop doing OnlyFans.
Thank you.
I think it's all about communication. Like, if you have a better idea of a way for me to make this much money and have financial freedom, okay, we can work on that. Like, let's work
so
on
you're
it
big
together.
into this communication thing too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So why is that he's got to communicate to you to be a lady, but you don't have to communicate to him to be a man?
Why is that being a lady?
What do you mean?
That's a profession.
Can you please stop interrupting randomly when we're like, please? What I was saying was, men don't have to be told that they need to be men. If someone breaks into the house, he's just gonna rise up and he's got to do what he's supposed to do, right? If you guys are out somewhere, there's a unwritten rule that he has an obligation to protect you. Why is it that women can pick and choose when they want to be ladies, and the man has to?
You don't think women have that same same guideline? Like, I lived with my boyfriend. Nobody told me, hey, you got to do the dishes. Hey, you got to clean the house. Hey, you got to do that. It just happened naturally. Like,
Okay, so in some things you didn't need communication, but why do you need communication with things that are kind of fairly common sense? Men don't like their girl to be all over the place.
Well, I mean, I'm speaking in the sense that you found me already with an OnlyFans. We started talking and I already had it. So in that case, if you don't want me to continue doing that, we need to communicate about it. Give me some better ideas and we can get there. But if let
me give you an example. Have you ever dated a guy that didn't have that much money?
Yes.
Why'd you give him a chance?
Because of his personality.
Okay. Did you see a future with him and potential?
Yes.
Oh, so you were hoping he was going to change.
What do you mean?
She didn't see what I did there.
Yeah.
I didn't.
So you got with a guy that might have not checked all your boxes on the possibility that he's going to improve. So you got him for potential, right?
Sure.
What's different than a man getting with a girl that is involved in something that might not be as attractive and hoping that she has potential to take it off?
There's nothing different about it. That's okay to hope that I will change and hope that I will delete the OnlyFans. I'm just saying you got to communicate about it. We got to talk about it and help me figure out a way to not do it.
But my point is that you got with a guy off of potential. Men can get with girls off of potential too. But what I'm saying is that by the time he has to voice it out to you, it's kind of an L.
Oh, well, there's plenty. I mean, I can see that, but there's plenty of things we have to voice out to men.
Like, let's say you got with a guy because of potential, but you have to tell his dumbass every single day, go to work, bro. What are you doing? Go to work. I see potential in you. Would you like to do that?
No.
A guy doesn't have to tell his girl, hey, man, you might want to get off OnlyFans. The same communication that you're talking about isn't attractive when you got to do it, is it?
Yeah, but I feel like it can go both ways. Like there's plenty of guys do shit all the time that you get
what?
sick of. Like
what?
Like not taking care of, not cleaning up after themselves. I mean, simple shit.
He's
Like
paying the bills in his own house.
I had a guy that
whose predominant duty is to keep the house clean.
What if it's 50-50?
That's so sexist.
What
Like,
if it's 50-50? It was the case.
Are you aware of the fact that reality is sexist?
That don't mean
so. Then why would you make an argument that it's sexist when you benefit from sexism?
Yeah.
So because I benefit from sexism, I can't feel as though the man should get his ass up occasionally and clean the house, which he pays for.
See, you're only complaining about sexism here.
If
Hold on.
I wasn't in the picture and he was paying for his own home, he would just live in filth.
Hold on 1 second. Notice how you didn't say anything about sexism. We talked about female privilege, pretty privilege, opportunities given to women because of their gender. But as soon as we talk about something small like cleaning, you have all this to say now.
Gotcha, bitch.
See how your logic is flawed? I would argue sexism inherently benefits women. Prove me wrong. Can anyone prove me wrong that sexism doesn't benefit women?
We already talked about it.
Sexism 1000% only benefits women. WNBA, military standards. A woman wants to go ahead and get a job.
How does sexism not benefit women? I mean, men, because if by the rules of sexism, I don't have to cook as a man. I don't have to clean. I don't have to take care of the children. I don't have to do all that.
Hold on. I'll tell you how. We have a WNBA and an NBA. Why don't we just have one basketball league?
That's not us. That's y'all.
Stop. Why don't we just have one basketball league? Or why do we just not have one military standard? Or if someone wants to be a police officer, one standard. Why do we have different standards for genders? It's to give women a chance, the same opportunities as men. Even though you're lowering the quality of the workforce by lowering standards, we still do that to let women in. I would argue women benefit from sexism all the way. Men don't.
You don't think so?
Girl, get
sexism exists.
Get off the floor.
Courtney, relax.
Sexism exists to give women opportunities that they wouldn't have had before. That's a fact. It only benefits women. Can you show me another example where it doesn't?
Say something.
Can you stop interjecting randomly? This is like the third time now I've told you this.
Courtney, relax.
This bitch tweaking.
Can you?
Whoa.
Can you?
Don't say bitch.
I don't care. Shit, if I call,
I mean, you've been disrupting the show multiple times, and we've warned you several times. So anyway, can you name a time where sexism benefits men?
I just said it.
When
y'all don't have to do shit that y'all don't want to have to do because y'all say a woman is supposed to do it.
That's her job, though.
Yeah.
That's who?
With gender roles.
The world we were
Traditional gender roles.
So she can interject.
Anyway, we'll continue on. But sexism inherently benefits women. But go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I think I finished. I don't remember where I left off.
We were talking about communication. How you're saying, oh, he just needs to communicate with me to turn off my OnlyFans. Then I made the argument, why should you have to communicate with you, right? Of your job.
Well, you're talking about nagging. Like, why should he have to nag me, right? Not just
communication,
communicate.
though.
Yeah, but communication's that, like, if we can communicate about it within the first conversation or maybe 2 conversations, okay. Nagging, that's different.
Construct.
I don't feel like a guy should have to nag me to delete my OnlyFans. If I didn't delete it by then, take the hint, don't be with me, whatever.
Right. Okay.
But nagging, I don't think that's right. Communication, though, I feel like it should be a simple conversation. Let's go over the options and go from there. You can make it work.
She wants to alternate to her OnlyFans for a solution. Pretty much.
Because the only reason I do it is for financial freedom. I mean, I was one of the ones to raise my hand. I would want to be a stay-at-home mom. I would want to not work a job and have a guy take care of me. I would like that. But the only reason I have that right now is because of OnlyFans.
You're getting it. That's the argument, is you're getting it, but you still want to keep the OnlyFans open.
No. Oh, okay. Well, then I kind of missed the argument because no, if I had a guy that was going to provide everything for me and not hold it over my head, at least, I feel like that's where all of us kind of start butting heads about it. Is she's worried about control. It seems like I get that. I would worry about control too. Like, I don't want a guy to have to hold things over my head when it comes to money, and I don't have to worry about that doing OnlyFans, but I would be willing to stop all of it for a loving family and to be taken care of. And
okay. So. With all the privilege that women have nowadays with pretty privilege, should men put constraints on females' opportunities when in a relationship to mitigate risk?
Absolutely. And I think that the woman should have a deep desire to do that. And for me personally, in my
being told or not being told?
If you'd let me finish. In my
if you let us finish.
Hold on. let me make this very clear, ladies. You're on our podcast.
I was literally going to answer that question, though. That's the
dictate-
reason why I said that.
Look.
I was getting to it.
Okay.
I don't like this.
Like, this is our podcast. We dictate the terms. If I ask you a clarification question, answer the question. I don't want no fucking back talk. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not some simp, whatever it may be. You're on our shit. Don't forget that. I don't need the attitude. Okay? If I ask you a clarification question, answer the question and just keep it pushing. Right? This isn't your show. I see you trying to come here and assert dominance. This isn't
I'm
your
not trying
shit.
to assert dominance.
You've done it multiple times. Let's move on. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so
When
me
we're
too.
talking with one person the whole time and only one
I don't
girl's
give a fuck
talking.
what you
Yeah, I
think.
wasn't
It's
talking
our
to one
show. If we
person.
want to continue to hear
Okay,
the
fine.
blabbering,
That's fine.
we're going to do it.
Okay.
Okay? Let me make
That's
that
fine.
very fucking clear.
Okay.
It's our shit, not yours. Okay?
Okay.
And if you don't like it, you can get up and leave.
Right now.
Yep.
Cool?
Got a choice.
You're mad aggressive.
No, because I have to be aggressive because you've been aggressive. So I got to match your energy, get you in
How
line.
was I aggressive?
You quite literally, oh, well, I'm getting there, blah, blah, blah.
I was literally in the middle of a word.
Wait,
look,
And you
want to find a
interrupted
husband?
me.
You want to find a husband? I guarantee you, 99.9% men in the chat do not want a girl who's mad, talkative, who cuts niggas off, all right? Now listen to what he's saying. I had to warn you. You was chill with me, but you're going mad aggressive right now. I see it in your face. I see it in your tone.
I'm
Chill.
really tired as fuck.
You
Like,
told me to shut
listen,
up.
Well, you know
It
what?
is what it
Look,
is.
you
It's what it
complain
is.
about the time and everything else. If you
I'm
want to
not
leave,
complaining.
you mentioned
I was
earlier,
literally
it's
done
1
cancer.
a.m.
And
Let's
1 a.m.
move
Move
on.
on.
You've done that several times
Why
now.
me though?
So if you have an issue with it and you're tired and you want to go home, you're more than welcome to go home.
Absolutely. I appreciate
But
that.
one thing you're not going to do is dictate how we run our show. I want to make that extremely very obvious here.
Okay.
Okay. You've done this multiple times.
Okay. Would you like to finish the question so I can answer it?
You were answering it.
Okay. No, I think the woman should not have to be told. And what I was getting to was in my recent situationships, I have done things like share my location and without them asking. And that's just who I've grown into as a woman. That's not who I was 5 years ago, but who I am now as a matured woman. I have a deep desire to submit deeply. And
Stop the cap.
Can I be honest? Your mannerisms don't dictate that at all. From just
my mannerisms
That's facts.
from being around me for 2 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. For suppression.
Okay.
As a woman.
submissive
I think
women
it
have
takes
certain
more than
traits
a
that
date.
just
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, it's very.
You seem very
Okay.
masculine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys want to fuck you, but not deal with you.
They wouldn't want to fuck her.
I mean,
Stop
here's listen. I mean, Chris, chill, man. Look, the point is that you give off a lot of masculine energy. Okay.
Okay.
I get it that you want to be submissive, and it seems to me like you had a turning point in your life, and you realized the things that you were doing
Absolutely.
before. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's.
I used to be independent and make 10K a month,
Okay. Cool.
but I don't want to do that anymore.
But that's my point. So you used to be right, have this mindset. I mean, it's going to take a while, if possible, for you to even change. Like if you were very
no, I
masculine
was in
before.
survival mode.
Okay, but if you were very masculine before, it's going to be very difficult for you to go and be submissive now when you've been very hardened from your experiences.
I don't think so.
She's
I've
transitioning.
had relationships.
She's transitioning, right?
Absolutely.
It's a good
And I've
thing.
had a relationship recently that I've gotten to explore that and submit. And yeah, it's been really beautiful and healing.
That's cool.
And I've realized that like we are super programmed.
Where's that guy now?
We are super programmed at home,
Who's home?
his home.
Thank God.
Are you still
We
dating?
don't live together.
Are you still dating him?
Not married.
No, we're not married.
Single.
So you're not
I'm
single then?
I'm single.
She quite
It's-
literally
it's-
said
it's
earlier
not a-
that she was single and looking
It's-
for a husband.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now she's saying-
I'm
Now you're
interested
saying
in
you have a
him.
man.
No, I said I'm seeing somebody. I'm not seeing
didn't say
them,
that.
but I
No.
like them.
Can we
I like them. I
cap?
fucked them a couple times. You know,
Move
She changed
on.
her
I'm-
answer.
I'm confused.
I'm in an exchange. What do you don't talk to somebody that you're in a relationship with, but you're not in a relationship? We're not in a relationship. We're seeing where things are going.
You
know?
confuse me.
Yeah.
I would want to be in a relationship.
Yeah, but you said you were single and
I am single.
You're praying for a husband.
Absolutely. I stand on that.
That's
I like
not-
somebody that is in
Doesn't-
my life.
That doesn't like you?
Yeah, they do. But it's not official. It's new. You know? It's been like
something's off here, because if a girl's
like
talking
5
to a
months.
guy that she likes a lot and that he likes her back, and
well,
it's
he
like,
lives in a different state.
and you know, you're
and
not
it's
really
hard.
available, you would be like, yo, you wouldn't say you were single. You would make sure to let everybody know, no, I'm fucking taken. Even if you're not necessarily.
Well, I'm not taken, unfortunately, because they haven't done they haven't said you're mine. Why would I say that?
Have you thought about potential reasons why he doesn't want to commit to you?
Well, we live across the country, so it's difficult.
Do you think that's the
There's
only reason?
reasons.
Courtney, relax.
I mean, that's a big reason.
So then why even
It's
bring
difficult
him
right
up?
now. Because it's a part of my life, and it's a relationship that I've gotten to explore and see.
You think your husband wants to hear that right now? No.
My husband,
Yeah, yo.
See,
Or the
looking,
guy.
looking for a husband.
Yeah.
he wants to hear what?
I'll just be honest with you. You're fairly masculine, and I could see that you're trying to change, but those masculine tendencies come out a lot, and
You
I've
have-
noticed it from the conversation.
We can see it clearly.
And here's the thing:
Okay.
I'm a very
One
masculine guy, and
conversation.
I've had to turn up my masculinity and deal
fine.
with you. So that already tells me what it is. Like, I have to get you in your place multiple times, which, to be honest with you, guys don't want to do. Right? This is why men typically prefer younger girls that haven't had experiences, because they're going to just be more naturally feminine, because it's just natural. They haven't dealt with hard things and have baggage, and have to suppress that part of their brain because they haven't dealt with it. But when a girl does deal with it, she has to kind of figure out when to turn it on and off, and it might just come out at times when it might not be opportune.
Well, that's modern society. Where are the feminine women? Are we all feminine? Do you have a bunch of feminine women in your life? No. Every girl that comes on
No,
this podcast,
actually,
you say
yes.
is masculine.
I have a feminine
okay.
woman in
Yeah,
my
for me,
life.
but
That's not what I've
my mom, my
gotten from.
grandmother.
well, I mean, you. The point is that you're a fairly masculine woman, which I get it.
That's your
comes from
opinion. You don't know anything about me or my qualities or who I am or my heart.
Let's do a
the
poll.
fact that you're disagreeing with me right now and have something to say for everything that I say is a
No,
masculine
it's
trait.
not.
It
Back
is.
forth, back
You do
forth.
realize that being disagreeable is
That's
a
what you do
masculine
for
trait.
a living. You literally argue with people. Like,
It's not arguing. You're being combative, basically. We're just saying,
I'm gonna
look,
say
the
it's
more
like
you
you're
talk,
taking
the more
things
you prove my point.
personally.
Like, it's funny because like the more you talk, the
I'm
more
not
you
going to
prove my
talk
point.
anymore then.
What the fuck is going on? She's really insulted by us saying that she has masculine
I'm
tendencies.
not insulted at all. That's your opinion. I know who I am and I know my heart.
You want to take a poll with the chat? I would say it's fairly objective at this point that you have
It-
masculine tendencies.
The internet and
We could take a poll right
having
here.
a 2-hour conversation that's argumentative and back and forth and when people are drinking in a hostile environment that you literally create a podcast to
Oh,
go back and forth
no
and argue.
accountability.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
That's what's going to come
I
out.
haven't been argumentative. You've
But
been
that has-
argumentative.
You haven't been argumentative, Myron?
Here's the thing.
Are
I've
you
debunked your points
serious?
because you've made a lot of incorrect points.
Okay, I'm not talking anymore.
make it a
I'm wrong.
BPD
You're right.
disorder.
I'm masculine.
Can
Sure.
can I ask a question like related to something that you guys just spoke about?
What?
I just wanted to know, like, okay, cool. Because I said I'm single, right? But I have somebody that I like, somebody that I'm interested in, but I'm single.
Mhm.
Why can't that be a thing? I'm just trying to understand. I'm not.
The way a woman speaks about her man when he's not in the room tells you everything about that man. When a girl's with a dude that she loves, admires, and respects, and she really likes, she'll basically say, I'm not available or I'm talking to someone. But when a girl says that she's single, what she's doing is she's keeping the door open for a higher quality male to insert himself.
But could it also be
agree.
somewhere where, like, okay, you guys have sat down and established, like, hey, like, we're not together, but, we're going to work it out and see if somewhere along the line.
There's no working
Well,
out.
here's the thing. I already addressed that at the beginning of the show when I asked her about her status. I said, there's one of two things when a girl says it's complicated or whatever. It's either A, the girl doesn't like the guy as much and she's still vetting options, or B, the dude doesn't like her that much and he doesn't want to commit, so she doesn't know where to stand. So that's why she's saying I'm sort of single.
That's what
It's one
it
of those two
is.
typically. I don't know what your situation is because I didn't clarify.
I plead all the fifths. I'm single.
Okay, so
and
she
not
wants the
available.
ability to get other guys,
I'm single and not available.
which makes sense because your
Fresh.
profession would not be,
Exactly.
it's going to hurt your profession
Ideal.
to say you have a man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is why guys typically don't like to commit to sex workers because their business is contingent upon them appearing single, unfortunately. Whether it's Instagram modeling, strippers, OnlyFans, etc., your business is contingent upon selling purity and being single.
I started my OnlyFans with my man. Like we did it together.
Who came up with the idea, you or him?
I brought it up and he agreed to do it, and we talked about like how much money it could make us, and
But he had to be involved?
he was involved. Yeah, he had to be involved when I was with him.
Well,
so.
that's an exception to the rule because he's actively involved in the content creation versus you had it just by yourself and it's only you running it. That's much different.
All right.
I mean, yeah, it's not the same at all.
We have some chats.
Do you have anything else that you want to add before we move on?
I do not.
Okay.
All right. What about you? Should men put boundaries on girls given all the pretty privilege that they have?
If he loves her, then he definitely should.
Okay. So what if he tells her, hey, you should drop your OnlyFans if we're going to be serious here?
Then he should do that. I definitely agree. I mean,
No.
I feel like if
Should the girl drop it then?
yeah, she should. I honestly
But
feel
you
like
don't
she
follow
should.
your advice.
No, I would follow my advice if a man who was worthy of me following that advice came
She's
along.
switching it up.
Perhaps.
She said perhaps.
Oh,
We'll give
Fresh,
her
you got
that.
this.
All right, we got some chats here. Oh God, fresh as balls, bro. Who is this nigga, man?